Hi, so South Korea has the lowest obesity rate in the developed world, 4.7%. The US, 42%. And here's what's wild. They eat rice at every meal. White rice. They love carbs. They eat late at night. They drink soju like water. And they're still lean, especially their bellies. What the heck is going on here? Turns out it's not what they eat. It's what they do every single morning, a specific sequence of habits that flips on your metabolism before you even leave the house. In the next 8 minutes, I'm breaking down the exact Korean morning protocol that targets belly fat specifically, not general weight loss, belly fat. Let's go. The warm water ritual. First thing Koreans do when they wake up, before checking their phone, before brushing their teeth, before anything, they drink warm water. Not cold, not room temperature. Warm, almost hot. You're probably thinking, water's water, what's the difference? Huge difference. Here's what happens when warm water hits your empty stomach at 6 a.m. First, it wakes up your digestive system. Your gut has been asleep for 8 hours. Warm water is like turning the key in your car's ignition. It gets the engine running. Cold water? That's like throwing ice on a sleeping person. Your body has to spend energy just warming it up before it can do anything with it. Studies show that drinking 500 milliliters of water increases metabolic rate by 30% for about 30 to 40 minutes. Do this first thing every morning, you've just given yourself a metabolic head start before breakfast even happens. The protocol is simple. Wake up 1 to 2 glasses of warm water, nothing else. Then wait 15 to 20 minutes before eating anything. That's it. First habit down. The bathroom discipline. Okay, this one sounds weird, but hear me out. Koreans are obsessed with morning elimination. Not just whenever it happens, intentionally, on schedule, every single morning. Why does this matter for belly fat? Because your gut is connected to everything. If you're walking around bloated and backed up, your body is in a low-grade inflammatory state, and inflammation triggers cortisol, and cortisol signals your body to store fat around your midsection. Here's the thing most people don't get. Your gut isn't just a waste tube, it's your second brain. It contains millions of neurons. It produces 90% of your serotonin. It directly influences your metabolism, your hormones, and your hunger signals. When your gut is sluggish and full of waste, it sends stress signals to your brain. Your body thinks something's wrong. It holds onto fat as a survival mechanism. But when you empty out every morning like clockwork, your body interprets that as safety. Digestion is working, elimination is working, everything is functioning smoothly. There's no reason to store emergency fat. So how do you train your body to go every morning? The warm water helps, but there's more. Koreans also do gentle abdominal breathing and light stretching to stimulate gut motility. Some squat for a few minutes to help align the colon properly. It sounds basic, but basic works. A clean gut every morning sets the metabolic tone for the entire day. The vinegar trick. Now we get into the weird stuff. Koreans drink vinegar in the morning, not a shot of it, diluted, usually apple cider vinegar or fermented fruit vinegar mixed into warm water. You might have heard about this online. Apple cider vinegar burns fat, and you probably dismissed it as pseudoscience. Except it's not. There's actual research behind it. Acetic acid, the active compound in vinegar, does 3 things that directly impact belly fat. First, it improves insulin sensitivity. When you drink vinegar before or with a meal, it blunts the blood sugar spike. A study in Japan showed that people who consumed vinegar with a high-carb meal had 20% lower blood sugar than the control group. Lower insulin means your body can actually access fat stores instead of locking them down. Second, acetic acid activates AMPK, an enzyme that tells your cells to start burning fat for energy. It's like flipping the metabolic switch from storage mode to burning mode. This happens especially in visceral fat, the dangerous fat around your organs. Third, vinegar has been shown to reduce belly fat specifically. A study gave participants 1 tablespoon of vinegar per day for 12 weeks. They lost an average of 1.2 kilograms of belly fat, not total weight, belly fat. The control group lost 0. So here's the Korean protocol. 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar diluted in a glass of warm water. Tiny bit of honey if you can't stand the taste. Drink it 15 to 20 minutes before eating. That's it. You're priming your insulin response before food even hits your stomach. The fermented breakfast. All right, now you're ready to eat. And this is where Korea separates itself from the West. Western breakfast is cereal, toast, bagels, pancakes, pure sugar dressed up as food. Your blood sugar skyrockets, insulin floods your system, and by 10 a.m. you're crushing and craving more carbs. Korean breakfast, fermented vegetables, kimchi, pickled radish, fermented soybean paste. These aren't side dishes, they're the foundation of the meal. Why does this matter for belly fat? Because your gut microbiome controls your metabolism. People with high belly fat have a different bacterial profile than lean people. Specifically, they have more Firmicutes bacteria, efficient at extracting calories, and fewer Bacteroides bacteria, associated with leanness. Fermented foods shift that balance. They introduce billions of beneficial bacteria into your gut every morning. These bacteria do two things. First, they produce short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs, when they ferment fiber in your gut. SCFAs reduce inflammation and improve insulin sensitivity. Less inflammation means less cortisol. Less cortisol means less belly fat storage. Second, they crowd out the bad bacteria, the bacteria that thrive on sugar and processed food. When you feed your gut fermented foods, you're literally reprogramming your microbiome to prefer healthy food. A study in Korea showed that people who ate kimchi daily had significantly lower visceral fat than those who didn't, even when calorie intake was the same. The fermented food was changing their gut bacteria, which changed how their body processed fat. So here's your habit. Every morning, some form of fermented food with breakfast. Kimchi, sauerkraut, miso, natto, whatever you can tolerate, even just a few bites. You're not just eating breakfast, you're dosing your gut with fat-burning bacteria. The protein priority. Okay, fermented foods are the base, but what else is on the plate? Protein. Always protein. Koreans don't do carb-only breakfasts. There's always fish, eggs, tofu, or meat. And here's why this destroys belly fat. Protein triggers GLP-1 and PYY, the same hormones that weight loss drugs like Ozempic mimic. These hormones tell your brain you're full. They shut down hunger for hours. When you eat protein first thing in the morning, you're setting your satiety baseline for the entire day. Studies show that people who eat high-protein breakfasts consume 200 to 300 fewer calories throughout the day without trying. They're just not hungry. But there's another mechanism at play. Protein has a thermic effect. Your body burns 20 to 30% of protein calories just digesting it. So if you eat 100 calories of protein, 25 of those calories are automatically used just to process it. Compare that to carbs, 5 to 10% thermic, and fats, 0 to 3%. Protein is the only macronutrient where digestion itself burns significant energy. And here's the part most people miss. Protein protects muscle during fat loss. When you're in a calorie deficit, your body needs energy. It can get that from fat or from muscle. If you're not eating enough protein, your body cannibalizes muscle tissue. You lose weight on the scale, but you look worse, skinny fat. Koreans eat 20 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast every morning. Grilled fish, soft tofu stew, rolled omelets, seasoned beef. It's non-negotiable. So here's your protocol. Breakfast must include a palm-sized portion of protein, no exceptions. This single habit will cut your daily calorie intake without you even trying.